It kind of hit me all of a sudden, right? I was a sort of late bloomer. So it seemed like one day I was collecting, like, comics and baseball cards and watching cartoons and interested in other things with a C. And then the next day, my voice is changing, but it didn't really occur to me until high school when I'm having a sleepover with my best friends, Tom and Derek. And we were staying over at Tom's house because he had an Atari, and so we wanted to play his games and talk all night about life and pizza and things. And my friend Derek makes this announcement. He's like, "I'm giving up comics," right? And this was insane because he was one of the great comic collectors on our block, and he's giving out. So why are you giving these up? And he says, "Girls." I like girls. Girls don't like superheroes, right? Kind of debatable, but I said, "Well, what do girls like?" And he said, "I don't know, but they read Tiger Beat." So I'm going to read Tiger Beat, and we'll do what those guys do, and then we'll become those guys, and we'll have girls. And that seemed like a plan, right? The Tiger Beat, if you're not familiar with it, was a teen idol magazine with a lot of glossy photos of guys with blown dry hair, like Sean Cassidy and Andy Gibb and John Travolta from Greece and other people that were famous for like 10 minutes, And they would have headlines. So we were studying these stories, and the headlines were like, "Spend a night with Sean," or "Leaf's dog needs a home." The dog's name was also Leaf for some reason. And John Travolta's personal letters written by his sister. So great advice, and we're flipping through those, and I thought, okay, we're playing the Atari, and then Tom puts some music on, he puts a record on, and we're like, what is that crap? And he says, "It's ABBA, they're Swedish." And I said, "That's terrible." He said, "Yeah, but look at the record cover." And on the record cover was a blonde woman and a brunette woman. And Tom had this new theory about buying music, that you bought albums with covers with women on them, and the more women on the cover, the better the album was. Right? So ABBA with 2 women was better than Donna Summer with 1 woman. Right? The Go-Go's would have made him blow his mind. Right? So he's buying that, he's listening to this, and he says, he has a confession to make. He's like, "Guys, I have a question, how when you're in your room and you're thinking of women and it's nighttime. Did you ever," and we're like, "What?" And he said, "Did you ever touch the ceiling?" Right? And he's making this kind of gesture up and down. We didn't know what he was talking about. Right? He said, "Never mind. You'll find out." Right? And so we continue to play the game, but I'm thinking to myself, these guys are way ahead of me. Right? They're already thinking about girls. They're going to have girlfriends. Next thing you know, I need to catch up. I need to find a girlfriend, right? So naturally I knew what most men do. I went to my cousin, married her. And she set me up with a friend of hers who was about my age. And that was great, Becky. So I went there to drive up, going up to her front porch, right, pick her up, and I flash back. I'm nervous, so I'm thinking about this advice my father gave me. Right, because when I started growing hair in unusual places, my parents panicked. And they said, my mother's like, "Oh God, boys are hitting puberty. Now we're going to have to Scotch guard the furniture." And they flipped a coin to see who was going to tell us the facts of life. And Mom said to Dad, "You lost." Right? So Dad said, "I'm going to get all of this out all at once." So he gets me and my little brothers. He says, "We're going to tell you the facts of life all at once. Line up, boys. Sit down." Michael was only 5. Right? All right, now here's the thing, boys. You're probably noticing that women are getting a little bumpier now. So if you have any questions at all about sex, your mother's always available. So I didn't find that very helpful as I'm ringing the doorbell. And Becky, fortunately, was very nice. And so we went out. And we went out a few more times. We got friendlier. We started heing and sheing, And then Becky stops, and she's like, "Robert, I like you, but I'm having my period." And I said, "I don't think that's a complete sentence." So what that was about. And to tell you the truth, I was relieved because I wasn't really ready for that step. I was just barely maintaining puberty. So, you know, we spent like a night under the stars at the Point, which was the makeout place. And that's it. Because like most stories of puberty, this one will end prematurely.